Here's what Hazbin Hotel would look like in live action. Spoilers, it's horrifying. For the role of Charlie, we're looking at a slew of big pop stars. First among them, Sabrina Carpenter. She's got the singing and acting credentials on lock, and she's one of the most famous pop stars in the world. We'd be lucky to have her. Next up, Renee Rapp. She starred as Regina George in both the Broadway musical Mean Girls and its 2024 film adaptation. My only real qualm with her is that I don't know how much of Charlie's innocence she can pull off. After all, she's kind of a, mean girl. And for my third pick, I'm going with Taylor Swift. While her roles in The Lorax and Cats haven't done a whole lot for her acting career, they at least prove that she can act, even if it seems her agent has a hard time picking the right movies. I'm very sweaty. Out of those three, let's go with Sabrina Carpenter. 'Cause hey, she's Sabrina Carpenter. Alastair, the radio demon. Then there's perhaps the most famous character from Hazbin Hotel, Alastair, the radio demon. Daniel Radcliffe could probably handle the role. We need someone who's capable of going all out with their performance. And he's definitely proven himself to be a wild man since finishing with Harry Potter. Timothée Chalamet could also be a standout. He's got the necessary twink credentials down, while also having a broad enough acting range to convey Alastair's more nefarious moods. And then there's one I saw on a casting thread on Reddit, Bill Skarsgård, who of course played Pennywise and therefore has the villainous side of Alastair down. He's also a master of creating memorable, creepy voices, which could be very valuable in the role. Honestly, all three are great options. But let's stick with Bill Skarsgård. He is yet to disappoint, and I bet he'd have a lot of fun in the role. Woo, I'm a sweaty boy. I'm a sweaty boy today. Vaggie, Charlie's bodyguard and love interest. Then there's Charlie's boo/bodyguard, Vaggie. Honestly, you could just cast voice actress Stephanie Beatriz in the role and be done with it. But I like to give myself 3 options, so let's try 2 more. Olivia Rodrigo would be an interesting choice, partly due to her speculated real-life spat with Sabrina Carpenter. To have them play lovers would do gangbusters for the marketing. And boy howdy, we love ourselves some marketing. And for my third choice, how about, Mia Goth. She's big right now. She can sing, and she's got a knack for playing tough female characters. I just love Mia Goth. Heck, I'm going to go with Olivia Rodrigo. I just want to see her and Carpenter together, trying to help demons and junk. Angel Dust. For Angel Dust, we're going to need a twink with a capital T. Blake Roman, who voices the character, could himself make for a proper live-action angel. Joe Locke, whom you may remember as Scarlet Witch's kiddo in Agatha all along, would make for a slightly more unconventional take, but the twink is still strong with this one. Meanwhile, Harry Styles can kind of act, and he's definitely got the singing chops for Angel Dust. He isn't the twinkiest around, but it would be hilarious seeing him cursing up a storm as everyone's favorite porn demon. I live in Las Vegas, and it's really hot. The air conditioning's off, so I can record this spot. I'm going to go with Blake Roman, just 'cause he seems twinky. Husk. For Husk, Keith David is the obvious pick, since his luxurious voice currently fills the role in the cartoon. Jamie Foxx could also work if we wanted to go with a bit more a name. He's got the necessary riz and has proven himself as a singer. And how about another Reddit pick? Idris Elba. He's got a strong voice, plenty of laid-back on-screen charisma. And like the other two, he's a talented singer as well. Out of those 3, I'm going to go with Elba, if only because he seems more age-appropriate. No one could beat Keith David's voice, though. Valentino, Angel Dust's abusive producer. Then there's the villainous Valentino, who controls poor Angel Dust and produces all his films. Pedro Pascal could work. He's got a certain flamboyance that would fit the character, and something tells me he'd find the part very fun. Billy Porter might be a less obvious choice, but he could tackle Valentino, and he's definitely got the flamboyance down. The only question is whether he can be the proper level of menacing. I'm really sweaty. And lastly, let's see how voice actor Joel Perez would look taking on a live-action version of his character. Pretty good. I'm sticking with Pedro Pascal, though. He's a little overplayed nowadays, but I just feel like he'd relish such a villainous role. Serpentious. Of course, we have to include Serpentious, a character who will no doubt drive my poor AI artist to the brink of madness. Alex Brightman voices Serpentius and has some pretty stellar credentials, including originating the title character in Beetlejuice, the musical, for which he received a Tony Award nomination. He didn't win the nomination. You don't win a nomination. He lost the award to someone else. I don't know. I'm reading off a script. Andrew Garfield could also work. I don't really have a good reason to include him. I just think he'd make a great snake person. For my third pick, I'm going with Adrien Brody. Again, I just feel like I have a natural predilection for picking snake people. Out of those three, I'm actually going to save Brightman for his other voice role, Adam. For Serpentius, I'm going with Andrew Garfield. Again, I just know he'd make a quality snake person. Lucifer. And finally, we'd be real dum-dums to not cast someone in the role of Lucifer. Like every male character in the show, he's essentially another twink. And sadly, we've used up most of our twink resources. Twink sources, if you will. Beyond that, he should probably be a bit older. What with the whole being Charlie's dad thing. I get that he's immortal and doesn't necessarily have to be older, but we're going for visual shorthand here. So, we're going with older. Neil Patrick Harris seems like the obvious choice here. He's got the musical talent and would no doubt relish playing the Prince of Darkness. Alan Cumming is another somewhat obvious choice. Although with both of these, we might be skewing a bit older than necessary. How about another Reddit pick? Alex Pettyfer. He's in his 30s, so he strikes a fine balance between a younger and slightly more mature pick. I do wish he were a bit more of a twink, but hey, beggars can't be choosers. Yeah, screw it. Let's go with Neil Patrick Harris. The whole thing is a stupendously terrible idea, so why the heck not? Final thoughts. Should this even exist? As for what direction this adaptation would take, I think it's safe to say we'd just adapt Season 1 into a feature-length film. It's not a terribly long season of television, after all, so I could see it being abridged pretty easily. That said, perhaps the best way of handling a live-action adaptation of Hazbin Hotel would be to just not do it at all. This is one of those animations that really works in large part due to it being animated. And as you can tell from our AI interpretations, a loyal adaptation is likely to be more horrifying than Adam purging the underworld of all demonic life. As such, I'm going to preemptively agree with the comments and just say, not to the whole endeavor. Pass. Hard pass. Ain't gonna do it. But what do you think? Could Hazbin Hotel work in live action? Am I too obsessed with twinks? Let me know in the comments. Thanks for watching Movie Recap Pro.